All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, can you just verify that I've got good audio? I had a huge echo last time, and I think I fixed it. I've got a mic attached to my recording device here. Could you just give me a thumbs up and leave me a quick comment that says you can hear me well? Just give me a thumbs up and let me know that you can hear me very well. Today I'm going to go over predictions for 2023. I think there are going to be major world events and surprises along the way that nobody expects, and I'm going to reveal all today in today's broadcast on the 2nd of January, 322, 2023. Again, that's 322. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So thumbs up on the audio. Everything sounds good. Hey, Florida Pete, what is up? So I want you guys to get ready. I want you to be prepared. I don't want you in fear. I want you to remain faithful, of course, but also get ready for what we know is coming. And the ultimate preparatory event, as we have seen it, and we've called the book and called the duck a duck going on for a very long time. We've been right about a lot of it. So what are my predictions in 2023? Well, I think the big thing that's going to catch a lot of people by surprise is more hyperinflation. So everybody's expecting a drawdown. Everybody's expecting a deflationary collapse. They've got this impregnated in their mind that, oh, because we had the Great Depression in the 1930s, we must go back to that again. No, the Fed is doing everything possible with their will and their actual structuring of monetary and fiscal policy to encourage inflation. That is why the yield curve is inverted. That's why they're discouraging saving and they're ripping off retirees. They've been doing this for years. You get no return on your investments, a direct ripoff of the American people. It forces people to get into risk assets like stocks. So what they want is risk. What they want is inflation, and this is not going to stop. Where Americans are correct, and the consensus, I think, is correct, albeit wrong about the economic collapse, is this is a wealth transfer. And I repeat this over and over again. It's a wealth transfer from the middle class to the rich. It is a wealth transfer basically to the have-nots to the haves. And this is going to continue to persist, much like it has over the last couple of years. Again, what did people think was going to happen after the lockdowns? They thought we'd have an economic collapse. The opposite happened. It was an economic collapse up, hyperinflation. Real estate prices tripled, food tripled, gas tripled, energy tripled, everything, all the things that you need for life tripled in value. That's going to continue as a result of central bank policies. So if you want to look at who's responsible for that, central bank here in the United States, central banks worldwide, it's politicians helping to stoke the fire of the supply chain shock, which they caused by the global shakeup and basically restricting access worldwide for our shipping lanes and everything that we needed for goods and services. Now, China just recently reopened up. So that's also important to know. That's going to stoke the fire for more inflation. The fact that they're now opening up and now we have all these bottlenecks being released and we're going to have supply and all this stuff kind of hit our markets and our shores very, very soon. So prediction number one is hyperinflation, a continued wealth transfer, a stagflationary economic collapse. Look, the rich always get richer, guys. Has that not ever happened in your lifetime? When in your lifetime have the rich not gotten richer? Has Nancy Pelosi and her husband not gotten richer? Have the political elite not gotten richer? Have the Wall Street bankers not gotten richer? Okay, so just count on it. Trust the freaking plan, continued hyperinflation, continued wealth transfer. This is why you need to get into tangible assets. I tell you all the time, you should be panic buying into tangibles, into real estate, into gold, into silver. You should be panic buying into homes. You should be panic buying into land. You should be panic buying into anything that is outside of sovereign nation states' collapse, which is what they want because we already know where this is going. By 2030, ladies and gentlemen, CBDCs will have been fully introduced, okay, and the new system will be here by 2030. And this is a digital currency, AI, human level, extinction level event and takeover. So I'm also expecting that the Fed will pivot and is pivoting now, I believe. And we're going to see more of this as a slowdown of the rate hikes in 2023 and ultimately more bailouts, more money printing, and eventually rate cutting by 2024. So very important to note that the Federal Reserve will balk. They will halt the rate hikes, slow the rate hikes, which they're already doing. They're going to increase keep printing more debt, especially for the war. They've got to print more debt for Ukraine, guys. They've got to print more money for the bailouts. They got to print more money for the geopolitical conflict. So the money supply will continue to go through the roof. The debt will continue to go through the roof, just like it always has before. So again, trust the plan. When has this not happened before? This is the trend and this is the trajectory, and it's going to be the trajectory for the rest of your life. Hyperinflation, wealth transfer, asset seizures, a move to an entirely new system. 3 is the AI takeover. And I talked about, was ranting earlier today. I believe this ties in end times, biblical prophecy. I believe that this is the AI beast system rising. I believe it is the deception. I believe that these beings are now sentient. Some will call them alien. They are not alien. They are demons. Okay, this is revealed to us, of course, in the Holy Bible through the book of Revelation and much biblical prophecy if you've studied that sort of thing. So this is very much an AI takeover. The war is being fought with AI, 5th generation warfare, population control. And by the way, populations are on the decline. If you actually really study population growth, it's decelerating. People are not having enough children and enough babies. First world, it's really only like India and parts of Africa that are actually growing in terms of population. So we are seeing deceleration in population growth, which again is what they want. That's what they tell you, to save the planet and stuff. So all of this is by design. And think about, again, what just happened in recent years and how that's by design regarding the human level takeover. Now, the AI in that takeover, that biblical event, very much is a human replacement event. It is eventually a merger and integration and a transhumanism event with man, woman being integrated in with that machine. And you're going to see more of this. Of course, there's the Tesla AI bot. It's a physical robot that's been designed that will be taking the Neuralink. You can even look at the movie Avatar. Look at Avatar 2 that just came out. Avatar 1. What was it James Cameron, I believe? Or is it David Cameron? I can't remember which one it is. But, the guy that did the movie Avatar and Titanic. Notice that those are neural laces that go into the back of the Na'vi and their hair. This is all predictive programming where they're taking the human level extinction event. So whether or not it is Elon Musk developing his AI Tesla robot, or it's the Neuralink, which will act like a neural lace, similarly to the movie and the predictive programming, the Avatar, which is exactly what the Na'vi have in the back of their head. So this is a human replacement event. It is also the rise of the beast and can only be described as the Antichrist himself. So you're going to need your defenses up this year in 2023, 322, as we lead into 2030, and the ultimate, not just return of our King Jesus Christ, but of course a human level extinction event and the integration or merger of man with machine and a big sales pitch around that. Whether or not it's open chat, like I discussed today with OpenAI, or it's image reproduction, or it's the replacement of human life and jobs, or it is simply the growing of human organs in petri dishes that eventually over time, as you're replaced by iron and clay, which it tells us about in the book of Daniel and the Bible, you eventually become subhuman, and you'll be a subhumanoid alien species. And so that is where they're going to play this alien card. It's also why they're putting out all of this UFO hoax stuff. The Pentagon is pretending that they're revealing to you UFOs, unidentified flying objects. None of that is real. It's just Black Ops, DARPA. There are no such thing as aliens, only demons. So this is what you have to understand about the AI Antichrist takeover and human level extinction event. Point 4, continued wealth transfer. Wealth transfer from the middle class that started in 2008-09, back to 2001, continued in 2020. It'll continue right into 2023. And again, as always, ad nauseum, the rich get richer. Wall Street will get richer. The political elite will get richer. All of these people, Obamas will get richer. I mean, how much is Obama worth now? That guy never even had a real job. The only job he's ever had is president. And he's worth, hundreds of millions of dollars, and he lives right on the ocean, like I do, with a coastal view right on the water, right? Because of the weather. Again, their actions mismatch the things that they actually say politically. They put their homes right on the water, and nothing changes because all that is hogwash. 5, Taiwanese invasion is imminent. You're going to see increased rhetoric. increased military might by China, increased money spent in a push as China's built out the Spratly Islands, South and East China Seas. They've militarily taken the world by storm. They are arguably more efficient in the AI war front, and many people believe this to be true, including myself, those that serve in the Pentagon, those that are former members of the DoD, and various groups like Eric Schmidt comes to mind most notably, who I've met in person a few times and have interviewed. So the Taiwanese invasion, much like through the extradition of the Hong Kong bill, and they pretty much took Hong Kong by force, much of the money has now gone into places like Singapore, where there's a little bit more capitalism, since China has been pushing so hard into places like Hong Kong and now eventually Taiwan. We also see Kim Jong-un of North Korea building up his nuclear arsenal. That'll continue. He's a proxy for China. He's got the green light from China, so he'll continue to build nuclear arms, and that'll continue to persist, much like the war in Ukraine is a flashpoint for the geopolitical World War III event, and that will continue to persist, of which Xi has also given Vladimir Putin the green light. So we can count on that. Also, I believe this is going to be a huge surprise in 2023. I believe gold and silver is going to break out very, very bigly. This is why I'm telling you to buy it. Click the links below and go to AMTV Gold. It's not a sales pitch. You should own this stuff. I believe that gold in particular could see $2,500 to $5,000 an ounce, and I think we could see similar gains very realistically in silver. If I was to weigh one towards the other, I think silver probably has marginally greater potential on the upside based on its current valuation. But again, I see gold breaking out to $2,500, $5,000 an ounce. You should buy this stuff at AMTV Gold. You should put it into safes, and you should leave it for a legacy for your children. I'm also expecting Bitcoin to break out as well. We are approaching the halvening in 2024. Much of the drawdown has already occurred. We all know where this is headed. Trust the plan. Blockchain is the future of the CBDCs and also the private market technology like Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP that will be leading the way into the reset of 2030. We know that this is all but a guarantee. I also believe that XRP and more importantly the company Ripple will reach a settlement in 2023. This will provide further regulatory clarity to the blockchain space and will be very, very bullish. For those of you that don't know what the halvening process is, every 4 years Bitcoin halvens. Its mining supply reward reduces in half, cutting the supply, creating more demand. And again, Bitcoin as digital gold is the only asset in the world outside of silver and gold, which I also encourage you to own and purchase today, as we've got a flash sale going at amtvgold.com today only. Make sure you take advantage of that. Is the only non-sovereign asset with limited supply and predictive monetary fiscal policy, more importantly, issuance up to a fixed 21 million Bitcoins that will ever be minted into existence. Also, the CBDC launches, as I've talked about, that will begin in 2023. You're going to see sovereign wealth funds buy more blockchain assets, private banks buy more blockchain assets, more consolidation in the industry. Big companies like JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs will buy the defaulted assets of companies like FTX and other companies like it that have had problems, like BlockFi, etc., and they'll consolidate, get stronger, make more money in the future, and pump the bags to new record highs, as they always do. Again, when has this not happened before? It's not even an opinion. If you would have bought the dip in 2008-09, you made a ton of money. If you would have bought 2020 fear-mongering, you would have made a ton of money. And if you buy 2023 fear-mongering, you're going to make a ton of money, because hyperinflation is the plan. The wealth transfer is all but guaranteed. These people that are in charge are resetting the system into a new blueprint, an economic, financial, central bank digital currency system of which they own. They will have mass surveillance and total control, and it's being rolled out by artificial intelligence, which I describe as the human replacement event, Antichrist beast system. In fact, many of you remember I put out that video, God come to me and showed me it was an alien takeover. The reason he showed that to me, because I believe it's literal in some senses, but it's also metaphorical, because the AI replacement of human life will feel like an alien event. almost like an alien life form has come in and taken over society, almost otherworldly from the ether sphere, and come into the planet and basically replicated and self-learned to an extent where it's now sentient. So these bots are sentient. This is what you need to understand. This is all spiritually prophesied. And for those of you that have this awareness and discernment, and I know so many of you do, you know that this is the truth of where we are headed. So you have about until 2030, really, before the whole reset commences. But I believe 2023 will be an extremely challenging, somewhat predictable, but very chaotic world events. There's going to be a couple jokers, I think, that they're going to play, and 322. Also, too, I think we can finally see the fall of the monarchy out in the UK, as we've seen the Queen pass recently, and I think a continued shakeup. We see how they're placing Harry and Meghan. I don't follow this politics too much, but we see how they're being placed in America, and you could even see them wrap back in and the whole monarchy collapse and fail, which I think is what they want moving forward. Again, high-level artificial intelligence and simulations, D-Wave, OpenAI, all the technologists and the billionaires, the Elon Musks, the PayPal Mafia, Peter Thiel, Sam Altman, all of this is connected. All roads lead to all the points that I just predicted here for 2023. So I'll end with that. I'll just review one more time. Please like and share this 1000x. Hyperinflation, the Fed begins to pivot. AI takeover, human replacement, Antichrist alien reveal, continued wealth transfer from the middle class. The rich will get much richer. They'll continue transferring all the wealth in this inflationary event that they designed intentionally on purpose to reset the system into new central bank digital currencies. Taiwan invasion, the war drums will beat hard. They could invade this year, but it will culminate very, very soon. Gold breakout, I believe, to 25 to 5,000 an ounce. That's going to be the big surprise. Similar gains with silver, I also see on the horizon. You should click the link below, amtvgold.com. Flash sale today. Get everything you need, all the sovereign mints while you can, at a sale price today. Another thing to do just to reward all of you guys and thank you for your patronage. Certainly appreciate that, supporting liberty and everything that we're doing. We've got huge shipments coming out this week and next. I had 2 different products that were back ordered a little bit, so thanks for bearing with me, all of you that placed your order in the last couple of weeks. I really thank you from the bottom of my heart. All that is shipping out, and I really appreciate you. Bitcoin halving in 2024. Again, I think we're bottoming out. We're going to get much more regulatory crypto clarity. I believe we're going to get a settlement for the company Ripple. That's going to be very, very bullish for XRP, and I'm expecting a breakout among various cryptocurrencies that we're getting ready for. And also the ultimate CBDC launch as the whole economic financial system is reset into 2030. Followed by a statistically probable deceleration of population growth, which ties into everything that they just did. Again, people aren't having enough children, and now as a result of everything that just happened, people won't be having a lot of children, if you know what I mean. So this is all by design. Again, the rich get richer, the political elite get more powerful. The system, many of us believe, is entirely corrupt. You are the solution. Jesus Christ is the solution. He is the light of this world. He is the truth. I encourage you to make disciples out there, and do not be in fear. But like Noah, build your financial, economic, spiritual arcs in 2023 and get ready. Don't bury your head in the sand. Again, just the faith of a mustard seed can change everything in your life. So I encourage you to think about how can you improve your own situation, your community, and your churches, your friends and family. Those of you that are stronger out there, support good causes. Be very charitable this year. Spend your money and vote with your wallets instead of supporting tyranny, corporations that aim to hurt freedom, hurt liberty, hurt people, take away their rights. I mean, it's interesting. You got that movie, The Avatar, and the whole theme is about basically destroying indigenous populations, which is what they're doing now. You know, they say, for example, the Constitution is outdated, and America, we need to change its design, and that the Bill of Rights just aren't what they used to be. And we see these politicians basically demonize all of our history and the things that we actually value. and even capitalism, as we see that degrade and people become lazy and no one really wants to work anymore. No one works hard. People want stuff for free. You know, they've been socializing Americans for years. In fact, even the CEO of Home Depot commented this on recently. He says Biden's the worst president that America has ever had. He can't find anyone that wants to work. And he said he didn't even think he could build Home Depot into thousands of stores or how many that they have if they started all over again. He said they would be kneecapped probably at like 10 or 12 stores because of the socialist nature of this takeover and this infection, this infestation basically at the highest law of the land. In Washington politics and certainly on Wall Street, as they continue to hyperinflate through infinite bailouts, money printing, and really just drunken sailors just running rampant, completely corrupt, and I believe in my humble view and Christian view as well, devaluing human life and human people that I care about. So I just encourage you guys, take advantage of the opportunity. Certainly appreciate all of you tuning in. Click the links below at amtvgold.com. Get your amtvgold.com today. Support us, but get what you need and put this in a safe for legacy safekeeping for you and your kids. Again, we got a flash sale going on today, the 2nd for 2023. I don't normally put all these items on sale. You can get the Archangel Michael silvers and golds. Get one of the gold ones, man. We're almost sold out of that. Sick. These are awesome legacy items. They're also just super pretty, but you know they're worth a lot of money, and I believe they're going to be worth a lot more. I bought a little for myself, actually, in my own family as part of my DCA, as I typically do month to month. But I think gold. I honestly think gold. I'm calling it now. I think we could see 2,500, 5,000 even in 2023 as we finally see a breakout when people realize and they're clamoring, yeah, this inflation isn't going to stop. Yeah, food prices haven't stopped. Yeah, housing prices, especially in the best locations, haven't stopped. And the cost of living hasn't stopped. Because again, what's their mantra? It is what they keep telling you. You will own nothing and you will be very, very unhappy. And they're also resetting the system. That's what they told you that they're going to do. So just trust the plan and count on what they tell you that they're going to do. Again, I'm Christopher Greene, hard-hitting and in your face, calling it all like it is out here from beautiful Maui. Booyah! Out here from the Island Project. Major announcements with that soon as well. I love all of you guys. 1,000 extra life in 2023, and this is the truth. So declare your liberty today at our store at amtvgold.com. That's amtvgold.com. Place your order now. I love you. God bless. And Jesus Christ is King.